do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on a team from the ACC, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Tigers' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's in open space downfield. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They are gashing this defense.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Got enough for the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. He's got 50 yards rushing now. What a way to start this season. The Bearcats just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Breaks into the open.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
He'll pull it on the read. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Let's take a minute and talk about Cincinnati. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks in the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Looking for a man. It's Carr. Makes the grab.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do. Maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Quarterback on the keeper. Look out, he's got room. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was Make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Scanning the field, it's Kinsey. Fires to the tight end. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll try the run. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Guys, let's chat a minute about Cincinnati. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
It's a draw. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, he was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle for us.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke, at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
Got his man quickly. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it if they can stop him on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he just needed a few inches, and he didn't get it. The defense denies this offense. And now about this lower intestinal fortitude. 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Off the play fake on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. You know, we joked that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, and they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
He'll do it himself. And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket. Well, players don't really like kickers, but if this guy bangs through this 60-yarder, he'll be the toast of the team. Is that guy's foot human? My goodness, did he hammer that ball from distance.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on fourth basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on fourth down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
The Bearcats can really attack on this second and short. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Dropping back, it's Ken. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. From the gun, the ground game. And they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They run the reverse. Defenders everywhere as he is stopped for a loss of 5.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He's looking to throw. Under fire. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this field.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Dropping back, it's Kinsey. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
He gets it into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 48.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
So now it's second and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Second down, he'll throw it. He'll throw it. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. With jet sweep pass. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really nice job by the cornerback. Hey, a lot of cornerbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
Got him downfield. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion, like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. This time they'll go to the running game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
And he will score! Touchdown, Clemson!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And he tacks on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Kinsey. Grabbed over the middle, it's Middleton. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Takes a shot as he lets it go. He's got it at the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Timeout, Cincinnati.
This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Takes it the other way. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
2 INTs. I don't know who the backup quarterback is, but I might start thinking about doing something there. Goodness gracious, keep turning the football over. Can't do it. Can't put your defense in a bad spot time after time.
Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield on first down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Working that left side now. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
Now, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Just enough time for one final play in this half. To throw, it's Kinsey. Throws to the tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Bearcats will kick it away to start the second half. And he's not going to take the touchback. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Immediately fires to the middle. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
Back to throw, it's Carr. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Grabbed in the middle. It's Smith. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Finds his man. It's Middleton. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
The give on the inside. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. It's Kinsey. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Makes the grab. It's Middleton. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, the defense just has not had an answer for this guy working out of the slot so far. Man coverage has been tricky. He's beaten them in zone. You might want to think about bracketing him where you've got a defender on the outside and the inside to see if you can force the quarterback to go somewhere else with the ball.
Buys a little time with his feet. Floats it out in space. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I like what the quarterback did to finish the run. He buys a little bit of time, scrambles out to his left, and as a right-handed quarterback, you really understand you got to square those shoulders while you're running, which can be difficult if you want to throw an accurate throw like he did right there.
On the move, he fires. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Man, I mean, you don't get more wide open than that, right? Big fella running down the field, nobody near him. Quarterback puts it on him. You just got to make the catch.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Leaves it with the running back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
The field goal is no good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Handoff to the single back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop. And you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
The give from the gun. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
They'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. It's 1st and 5. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Carr. Quick strike complete. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Turning it on! There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. They'll move the tight end. Off play action on 1st down. Quickly complete. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down and nothing doing there.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. He'll take the deep shot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position.
Bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Unloads it left. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes.
Gonna let it fly. Makes the catch. Converts on 4th down. Is still on his feet. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a 1st down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you could tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on video.
Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. And the Bearcats line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass, it's Kinsey. Moves away as he feels pressure. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they fought.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. You see this kicker not only needing to generate power, but lining it up from the left hash. A 59-yard try coming. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we're looking pretty good.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Here's the handoff. And some room to work. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They'll give it to him again. Find some fresh air. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On the option. He'll toss it. And that one will go and reverse the defense all over that pitch on the option. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds him out of the backfield. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, you know, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoil.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief.